Hey everyone, Taylor here at Tailmaker. Checking in with something not exactly content marketing related. Actually, just a little bit more of a couple personal thoughts I wanted to share. I debated whether to even do this. Thought maybe it was a bit self-indulgent, but I just wanted to share a couple of thoughts here. Maybe consider this like my open thank you letter to the co-working industry. I just got back from my wedding in Italy, and there's nothing like time off and big milestone moments to help you ruminate and reflect and make you a little sentimental. And while I was away, I was just thinking about what it is that I so much appreciate about this co-working industry that we are all in, and what gets me up in the morning, what keeps me doing this every day. And I just had a couple thoughts I wanted to share about what exactly it is that I love about this. It's, obviously for all of us, work is work, a job becomes a job. But, thinking back on what matters to you is sometimes a good thing to do. So just a quick little story time here and a couple thoughts. So back in the day, for those of you who don't know, I was in PR agencies for 10 years, working a relatively safe job. And I left that job to be a writer. And I didn't really know what that was going to be. I didn't know what it could become, but I knew that, self-employment, being an entrepreneur, was what I was meant to do. I've always considered myself a little bit of a hustler, or someone who's willing to grind. I was always working hard in agencies, and I just thought, why am I doing this for somebody else? All this hard work for somebody else when I could do it for myself. So when I left my job back in 2018, I was like a bit out of my depths. I was kind of lonely. I was scared. I had no idea what I was doing. I was just winging it. And I joined a co-working space in Toronto. And I felt the vibe so instantaneously. I started meeting other entrepreneurs like myself. I was inspired by them. I was watching how they moved. I was learning from them. I was seeing what they were, how they were operating. And it was just such a cool environment. And I kept a lot of friends from my time in co-working spaces. As a matter of fact, a guy that I met in my first co-working space in Toronto actually just flew to Vancouver a few months back and made my tuxedo for the wedding, which is really cool. And so as I got deeper into this world, one thing that really stood out to me from conferences and meeting people is that everybody in this world, we're all hustling. We're all kind of figuring this out together. It's a relatively new and evolving industry. We're all just trying to push it forward. And I really felt that vibe from people. I think whether you're a service provider like myself, or you're a single location or multi-location operator, or you're, in a corporate role, whatever it is, I think everybody still has that kind of hustler spirit, which I love. And I also find that everybody supports each other a lot. And I just find that for me, that spirit of pushing and innovating is present in everybody that I meet. And as I said, I think that's something that I have in myself, and it just keeps me, wanting to move forward, wanting to push harder, wanting to learn, wanting to grow, wanting to find new ways to drive the industry forward by supporting clients to grow their own businesses. I feel like it just keeps me sharp. It keeps me wanting to evolve. I also think there's a bit of a duality to my love for this industry. Obviously, as I said, I'm surrounded by like-minded people all the time with that same spirit of growth and innovation. But then when I think about it a little bit more, I feel like also all of us in this industry are all collectively doing our part to help people who share that mindset. As I said, being in a co-working space really helped me to drive this business forward, and it helped me buy into this world. And I think that, we're all growing together, but we're also collectively trying to make environments where people can grow their own businesses and find their own path to success. And that, for me, when I think back on it, is just so incredibly rewarding and special that we all are able to do that. And that's what gets me up in the morning. It's what keeps me invested in this thing. As I said, a job's a job. Sometimes things aren't always easy. But that kind of mission really just keeps me motivated, keeps me fired up to keep going. Yeah, and I think just on a personal note, this business, being in this industry, being embraced by the people in this industry and trusted by the people in this industry to support their businesses, it's provided me with a really beautiful life, really wonderful opportunities to travel, to see the world, to be independent, to make my own decisions. And I really believe that if I hadn't niched into this industry, that I don't know if I would have had those same opportunities. I don't know if the business would have gotten to the place where it's at now. So I just a little bit of gratitude here coming out of this trip that I was just on, and I just wanted to share this with anybody who might want to hear it, who might resonate with it, or it might just get completely ignored. But I just wanted to put my thoughts out there. So I just wanted to say a quick thank you to this industry and all the people in it, and thank you to everybody who's on this ride too. It's a privilege to work with all of you who I have so far, maybe the ones that I haven't yet, and just for the people that I get to meet. So thank you for keeping this job fun, and thank you for letting me be part of this industry. That's all.